It's Katina Games and I hope your day has been going fantastic. Today we are building a transitional home for a family of 4. Although there will be an extra room that's super small, but with good space management, you could make it into an additional bedroom. So with this transitional home, I'm going with a lighter theme than the traditional transitional style home. So this idea was kind of inspired by Pinterest, my stylish social media friend, when I was looking up houses for inspiration. I knew I wanted to be a single level, a bit smaller than my recent homes because I've noticed there's been a lot of homes that are being built for the new expansion pack Growing Together. You know, mainly larger homes for larger generational style families. Although I really want another game just like The Sims 3 Generations. Gosh, I miss that game. But yeah, homes are being built for larger families or a lot of tiny homes, which I adore tiny homes just because you really have to think about when you're placing items into that home in order to make it super functional. But I wanted to do something that's in between, where it will be almost like a starter home but a lavish style, or a medium-sized home where it's perfect for a family that's not growing anymore, where their life is stable and they're just planning to build a lot of memories in this one home. So it's super up to you of how you want to use this home for. Also, before I continue, sorry, I'm super excited to talk about this home. It's probably one of the most recent favorite builds I've done other than the farmhouse style home, which I'll leave a link above if you haven't seen it. It's probably one of my most detailed builds I've done as of yet. But what I do want to say before I continue is to say thank you to all of those who've stayed here and watched my videos. I truly appreciate it. Each one of you that like my videos, honestly, I'm super grateful for. It shows me, hey, you like this video, but most importantly, I am able to see what you all are interested in. Also, if you are interested or curious to see any type of builds, leave a comment below and I'll get to building it. And with that, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That way you'll always be in the know for future builds. Okay, now with this transitional home, you may have noticed I'm using a lot of lighter tones, like using grays, brassy browns, and a mixture of ivory and white. Usually, transitional homes are very contrast. That way the homes can kind of stand out or be different compared to traditional or modern style homes. And with these contrasting colors or styles, it usually involves black, white, and gray, which can work very well together, but I wanted to make something that's a bit more lighter in colors, but carries a darker theme in some areas by using the color black. It gives that stark contrast like I've seen in previous pictures, and I think you'll all really like how it all turns out in the end. Along with what makes transitional homes so different is that they use a blend of traditional and modern themes. Like in this build, I'll be using a lot of light traditional wood tones that stand out against sharper and modern edge items. For instance, with this exterior, I kept everything pretty neutral and soft tones with nothing bright or standing out, but the combination of these colors really gives a very relaxing and gentle feel. And I really love how this home turned out. That's why I shared it on the gallery already. That way, if you're interested in downloading it, you can find it under Katina Games with the rest of my builds I've done in the past. So with this exterior, I sort of wish I could have built this home on a larger lot. That way I could add more fun items for kids and make it a bigger garden, since I was really cramped on space. So I added this garden for the father since he's interested in gardening as a hobby. And I thought it would be fun to add because I can really see him teaching his daughters how to garden as a bonding hobby. But at the same time, I had to remind myself that this home is pretty much an in-between to starter home, but on a lavish style. So I stuck with this 30 by 20 lot, that way I can fill the whole lot to make it more full and lived in, to really give this appearance of a happy, stable sim family that loves spending time together whenever they can. A change up that I usually do in my build, I usually add walkways on the side of the homes. That way the Sims can walk back into the backyard with ease. In this build, I actually did not add one, mainly because I ran out of space, but I also thought, well, most homes do not have walkways leading to the backyard. Actually, the homes that I know do not have walkways leading to the backyard, to be honest. Well, then again, I'm also from a rural town, so it's not really something that we thought about. But in this specific build, I felt like it would be a bit too much also. And I really didn't like any of the spray paint features where I could make an artificial walkway, just because I didn't want to make two different pathways that would give a very disjointed kind of look. Plus, as a transitional style home, it's supposed to be very clean. That we are moving on into the kitchen. So here in the kitchen, I decided to use the fridge and stove that came from the new pack Growing Together, using the lighter green swatch as a key focal points throughout this whole kitchen. I'm trying to use different colors when it comes to building homes instead of sticking to my safe zones of blues and yellows. Mainly because I do want to grow as a builder and learn more decorating ideas and to branch out into that direction. I chose these cabinets from the Dream Home Decorator game pack because I love how soft the light wood tones work in this build, along with these green bottom cabinets that I use here in the middle of the kitchen as an island. Plus, I love that I was able to coordinate these green tones in this one area to make this home kind of stand out and a bit more different. Also, this idea came from Pinterest, where I've seen an image where they use both a navy blue and brown tones, so I just switched it. Instead of using blue, I use green. So in transitional style homes, they're supposed to use patterns, neutral tones, contrast, and minimal clutter. I followed most of those key details except for the minimal clutter, just because I like having clutter and makes it feel like a sim actually lives here, or in this case, a sim family that lives here. Over time, you will see in this video that I do not make everything super cluttered though. That way there is a balance, but at the same time, I do want this build to be playable. You'll notice that I do change out these bar stools that originally matched this gold on the fridge and the stove to a black to give it a more contrast that goes with a transitional style home. But if you want, you can change it back to the gold theme if it fits your style. I went with black just because the home is an open concept, and in open concept homes, each area should flow together seamlessly. That way there's no disconnect. Now moving on into the small dining area, all of these items came from the Home Decorator game pack because of the neutral tones and the simplicity of the details that are used to create this little area. Now if I could recommend a game pack, this one would be it. Well, actually I would only buy this game pack if it's on sale. I'm super cheap like that though. But I would buy this pack just because of the endless ideas that you can do and create with the items in this pack. I've used at least one item from this pack in every build I've ever done. And when it comes to this transitional or modern style homes, these items are perfect for those style homes. Over to the living room that's in the back of the home. I love these curtains that came from the Desert Luxe kit because they perfectly go with any room style and build. I just wish we had more versions and colors of these. Maybe some more patterns, it would be awesome. Like, it gives the room so much height and a perfect amount of details that's needed. I added a fireplace, and these couch and chair set came from the Industrial Loft kit, which I also love so much. I just haven't used them in these packs as of recently, although I've been considering to create a lofted style apartment since I've never done one before, and I've been kind of low-key getting some ideas about creating one. Like, I can already see it, an apartment build video with a darker theme for a bachelor or a dark feminine energy. I just haven't really decided of how to go about designing it just yet. Anyway, back onto this build, I love the clutter items I added at the top of the fireplace and this little bookshelf area near the dining area that filled this whole wall. Again, those items are from the Home Decorator game pack. See, these items can be used for just about any idea. If you can create it in your mind, it can be built into this game. Now moving down to this little hallway area, I added my favorite details to this little area. I love that I added the seating and end table combo as an extra spot for a sim to sit down and read their favorite book. Then I added this long end table with items cluttered on the surface and a mirror right above the table. Although I always use mirrors often for these little areas just like this, just because even in my apartment with my sister, we have a similar setup before we head outside. It's a good place to put all your items that you know you're gonna need on the go, and it gives us that last second check over to make sure we look decent before stepping outside. But a quick detail I may do in the future, instead of using the mirror, you can use paintings, floral wreaths, shelving, and so forth. Like anything really. Anything that can be centered above the long end table can really pull a whole look together. As you can see, I'm adding some final details to the front of the home before moving back towards the back of the home to fill in this area. I wasn't sure of what I wanted to do here at first, but I went with this little sofa combo area. Although if you want, you can place a dog or cat feeder here. That way if you want pets, you can have them in this build. I did not add pets here just because I wasn't thinking about pets actually. But I'll give you all that as an additional idea if you want to add them into your household. Here we are moving on into the master bedroom. I love how this master bedroom turned out. I used the bed and the end tables that came from the Snowy Escape expansion pack for the extra texture and details that fits within the transitional style home. So with this bedroom, I stuck to a very light colored theme that still has some wood elements. Like the floral rugs and the curtains has this floral light theme, but the corner seating area are a bit more modern. So it's a light play on different styles that fit within this whole room. Now along the desk area, it's a bit more modern in style instead of using a normal wood tone desk. I mean, it still has some light wood tone color, but the glass surface makes it more sharper and sleek. The bookshelf, dresser, and the painting also carry the room into a more modern theme, just for those specific items. Over to the little girl's bedroom. I made this bedroom for a child and a toddler with a pink theme. I did go with this nature green aesthetic rug at first, but over time I've realized with the modern edge I was using for this bedroom, I end up switching it to a white round rug just because it blends better within the room. I also added plenty of kids decor and toys for this room. Now, I really love the wall decor I was able to find through the cheats options, which I'll leave below. That way you will all be able to know where these paintings specifically came from. The cheat option allowed me to have this cool artwork that I place here on the walls, as if the kids drew the pictures themselves, and I really thought that was such a cute feature that I did not know until I made this room and used the cheat mod. And of course I had to add this tree decal, which is super cute. Over towards the laundry room, I really love how warm toned this whole area turned out and how well put together it turned out. All the items I believe in this whole area came from the Laundry Day stuff pack. Honestly, this pack is one of my favorites, not just because it gives the washer and dryer items, although a great selling point if you want laundry in your game, if you want a little bit more of a realism or realistic gameplay, but I really love these details because it has a very boho theme that I super adore. I love the textures and the warmth it carries in this room, although it does have a very clean look, which I would hope anyone would love to have a clean laundry room. And now we are moving on over towards the mom study area because she is a professor. I feel like she may be a professor in psychology or sociology, something that involves working with people. I love this aqua green wall color that I rarely ever use in my builds. I like to keep my wall colors pretty simple and neutral, or you can use warm tones because most of the items in the game, to me, goes well with those colors. But today I really wanted to experiment with color, and I'm really happy with the end result. This room is super clean and super usable for her to do her personal research and studies, or I can see her grade her own students' research papers and tests. And of course I had to add the bookshelves to really seem like she does a lot of studying in her free time. Finally, we are working on the bathrooms. I love using the new items we received recently for our bathrooms. The wallpaper and flooring came from the Growing Together expansion pack, which if you have seen my last speed build, you would know how much I love these two items because it just goes well with everything and any style for a bathroom. And of course, I used a lot of items from the bathroom clutter kit because it's impossible for me to not use those items now. Like, we needed those items for so long and it just always work. If you want to spend $5 or you have an extra $5 and you're interested in the kits at all, I will always suggest these two kits just because I feel like it will be worth your money long term and you'll always use them in your games. Definitely if you do more realistic gameplay. I would suggest blooming rooms and bathroom clutter, although you could probably buy everyday clutter also if you really love cluttering a room up. At last, we made it to the last room of the house, which is a super small room that I made into a kid's fun room where they can sit and play games and just enjoy themselves. Although you could make this small room an additional bedroom, I've had Sims in my past builds sleep in rooms as small or smaller, but made it super functional. Like, I remember using a lofted bed with a computer desk or a dresser underneath just to save some space and fill the room with things that the Sim love to do. The ideas are endless, but everything is about making the small space functional. And with that, we are finishing up this video and going through some final screenshots. Again, this build can be downloaded from the gallery under Katina Games. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you stuck around this long, go ahead and like the video. I would love to see your support. Other than that, I hope you all have a fantastic and positive day. Bye everyone!